21日，美方单方面挑起事端，突然要求中方关闭驻休斯顿总领事馆，严重违反国际法和国际关系基本准则及中美领事条约的有关规定，严重破坏中美关系。中方上述举措是对美方无理行径的正当和必要反应，符合国际法和国际关系基本准则，符合外交惯例。中美之间出现目前的局面，是中方不愿看到的，责任完全在美方。我们在此敦促美方立即撤销有关错误决定，为两国关系重归正常创造必要条件。
Big development overnight with the United States ordering the Chinese to close down their consulate located in Houston. Rich Edson covering this. Fox News joins us live now from the State Department with the very latest. Rich.
Now, good afternoon, Connell. And the Chinese government has 72 hours to evacuate their consulate in Houston. This is a significant diplomatic step by the United States. State Department officials say that over the past few years, the Chinese government has markedly increased its spying activity across the United States. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is just returning from a trip to Europe. He was in Denmark today, the UK yesterday, the latest in a series of U.S. officials meeting with allies to counter China's government.
Setting out clear expectations for how the Chinese Communist Party is going to behave. And when they don't, we're going to take actions that protect the American people, protect our security, our national security, and also protect our economy and jobs.
Local reports out of Houston show video of smoke rising from China's consulate. It's a typical image when a government has to leave a diplomatic facility, usually from burning sensitive documents before evacuating. Senator Marco Rubio sits on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He's tweeted this morning, quote, "China's Houston consulate is a massive spy center. Forcing it to close is long overdue." Just yesterday, the Department of Justice said 2 Chinese government-backed hackers were targeting coronavirus researchers across the United States. In the indictment, it included an engineering firm in Texas as a target. China's foreign ministry urged the Trump administration to revoke its decision, and if not, saying China's government will take the necessary countermeasures. That likely means requiring the U.S. to close one of its 5 consulates in China. Already this month, Connell, what we've seen from the U.S. administration authorizing sanctions against Chinese officials and companies that have been involved or have anything to do with massive human rights abuses in Xinjiang, and also removing that special trading status for Hong Kong. All of that happening just the last couple of weeks.
When it comes to which consulate we determine to do, we obviously work closely with the FBI to look and see what nefarious activities, spy rings, stealing that I talked about goes on. We made the decision that because Houston was the epicenter of research theft for the Chinese Communist Party in the United States, that it was just untenable to keep that consulate open.
So as we look around the world, we saw the UK push back on Huawei and 5G. We saw Australia changing their defense strategies and almost defend now with their Marines and others against a possible China attack because things have gotten so tense between them. Those are 2 big allies with us. We're also seeing the China-Iran alliance upset Saudi Arabia. This is a window, it seems, from the outside for the U.S. to consolidate allies and those on the fence against China. What are we doing?
Brian, I couldn't have said it better myself. I was with Secretary Pompeo the past few days in London, in Copenhagen. We were with Prime Minister Boris Johnson in London and Foreign Minister Rob, and we were talking about exactly this threat and how we rally the world together against the new Chinese tyranny, new aggression under Chairman Xi, the head of the Chinese Communist Party. I think it's important to note, Brian, that over the past 40 to 50 years, we have tried through Republican and Democratic administrations. We've tried opening up to China. We've tried appeasement. We've tried doing more business and getting both countries to come together, bringing them into international organizations. And what you'll see today at around 4:30 Eastern Time, Secretary Mike Pompeo will be at the Nixon Library to give what I think is one of the most historic speeches as it relates to foreign policy that anyone will give in this administration. He's going to lay out exactly what the Chinese Communist Party has done, how our opening to China has has failed and how we are now embarking on a new policy, which is distrust and verify as it relates to the Chinese Communist Party.
So that'll be expanded to the Nixon Library today, and it's a perfect spot because it was Nixon who opened the door to Red China. We had great hopes, but we've been vastly disappointed, to say the least. We're going to take us. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian.
No. 这都怼到这儿了，组长，不着急走。
Out here 2 hours ago, we saw people coming and going, leaving the building.
More signs of departure at the Chinese consulate in Houston this morning as more than 20 people gathered, putting boxes into vehicles and a U-Haul before 4 a.m. Chinese officials are following orders from Washington and have less than 12 hours to vacate the building after allegations of espionage.
美驻成都总领馆的一些人员从事与其身份不符的活动，干涉中国内政，损害中国的安全利益，中方多次就此提出交涉，美方对此心知肚明。中方对美国驻成都总领馆停止一切业务和活动提出了具体的要求。外交是讲对的。
没结束，以后还会继续，真牛逼。